How's it going, guys and gals? My name is Hodge Beckett, and welcome back to a brand new Seal Knot video. A new season of the Seal Knot has begun, and in this video, I'm here to show you the Seal Knot's first major event of the year. Before I get into anything, the reason why I'm in my room here and not somewhere on some random field either in front of some tents or some random old building is because on the day that I was gonna do this video, it rained quite a bit, and I don't really have anything to protect the camera with from the rain. So yeah, it was a bit tricky to do that. So that's why I'm here, not anywhere else. And for any newbies among the crowd, if you're sat there thinking, well, what the hell is the Seal Knot? Then I'm gonna get this right. Up here somewhere, I think, if I'm right, there should be a little pop-up thing that says SK intro video. Click on that, and that'll take you to an unlisted video I have on my channel, which basically explains what the Seal Knot is. As simple as give you a little insight into what it is, and yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory. So go and have a look at that. Maybe hopefully it gives you a bit more insight. I come back to here so I can explain what's happening in this video. Okay, and one other thing, would just like to. There's a few things I need to explain about this video, particularly for those watching of the Seal Knot members in the Facebook group. This video is gonna go to. Apologies, my nose is itching. As to why this video is taking so long to get out, as in so long after the muster, this muster in particular, and even a week or so after the second muster has taken place. It was all fine until I got to the behind the scenes video. The battle video was fine, took a little bit of time, but that was to be expected. Took a bit longer than usual. The bit that got me was the behind the scenes video. I don't know what it was, but for some reason, the minute I got to making that second video, I tapped out. My motivation was gone for it. I didn't want to do it anymore. And to keep a long ramble short, essentially, I've come to the conclusion that for this video at least, I'm gonna leave the behind the display video out of it entirely. I'm not gonna touch any of the footage I've got for it. And going forward, apart from the second muster that just passed, apart from that one, but going forward with the rest of them, I'll either most likely toning down on the behind the scenes videos and just making them when something new happens. So if, for example, if there's like a musket drill or some sword practice that happens, or if there's a new recruit in one of the sections, like there is in the next video coming after this, then I'll do it. Because my problem is I'm just constantly recording pretty much the same stuff, and at this point most of my videos have enough, I think, content and stuff you can go back and look at and learn from, that I don't really think you need to make as much of anymore. So slight format change. Not going to be doing the behind the scenes so much as usual, unless something specific happens, in which case I'll record that and put into something. But that's why the video is coming out when it is and not earlier. I simply hit a mental roadblock, and editing the behind the scenes video for this video was that roadblock. So instead of trying to reconstruct what the road used to look like, I'm just going to clear it away, hop over it, and come back to it if I ever feel the energy to do so. So with all that out of the way, finally, let's now move on to what I'm here to do. And to tell you all about today's battle video. Similarly to the Froome video and the Much Markle video, today is less of a battle recreation, more and just of a event display. Today's video is on the Wiltshire at the Sword Knot event, Wiltshire at War. Today's battle was fought at Charlton Park in Wiltshire, as I just said there. And the event was held on the 4th and 5th of May, early May bank holiday of 2025. Now, well, there might not be any battle history for this video. I did do a little research just in case I wasn't too sure. And while there isn't any battle history, I found, I did discover that apparently, from a few websites I did look through, apparently Charlton Park was a parliamentary garrison. Not a massive thing, I know, but there was a little tidbit that I saw that I thought might be interesting to some people, so how about it? So before we get into the main battle aspect, first off, I'm going to show you a little clip from a drum display that happened on... I think it was the Sunday, I think it was a Sunday that happened. This wasn't the first time they did it. They've done this before. It was the first time they tried it. Well, at least the first time I recorded it was at the Capri Bridge event. The start of that video is what I'm talking about, and they did it again this time. Although this one was, whereas that one was filmed as an attempt to sort of be a bit creative in my cinematic filming for an intro to that video. This one was more specifically just a general recording, so my mum mainly could see what it looked like from an outsider perspective. Apparently, my cinematic interpretation wasn't satisfying enough, and that's just... Okay. DaVinci Resolve just packed in for some reason, I don't know why. And we're back. Sorry about that. My computer just decided to crash on me. Oh well, OBS started and then everything else just went. Anyway, anyway, I was about to make a joke, but I'm gonna drop it now and just get this video on with at this point. I've been trying to record this intro for about almost an hour now. So before we get to the main battle stuff, have a little snippet, no, not announcement, but have a little clip of some drum displays.
These standards all belong to Charles Gerard's regiment of foot, and they represent the regiment in its truest sense. They are the heart of the regiment, and they're both an indication of where this regiment is, but they are to the enemy. What you're seeing now is a demonstration of flourish. This is an important skill within soldiers who are responsible for carrying the sword, and is often used as a challenge to the opposition. It takes some time to learn the fact that when they're blown like this, they're really quite heavy, and you've got a lot of strength and a lot of focus to be able to do some fancy twists and turns. Takes a lot of practice. I've got friends who spend hours in their garden doing this in order to make it look exactly right and to build up the strength of their arms to work. Again, supported by the drums to explain this is a challenge. This is let's know we're here, know that we're going to stand up, we're going to fight it.
Right. Hope you enjoyed that. It was certainly very fun to watch and very well put together by well involved. And I think now there's nothing else we need to say, so we just get into the main video. So there's nothing much more for me to say there, so I shall let you go and let you enjoy this video. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a like, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel Sergeant Beckett. If you'd like, in the description there's a link to my link tree. In that link tree you can find links to several other places and on the internet where I do several other things. There's links to my Instagram, my Discords, all that stuff, everything else. As well as that, if after watching this video convinced you enough that you want to maybe have a go joining up, then in that same link in the description there's a link to the Charlton website where if you follow all the directions you can join up to there. As well as that, on the screen coming up now will be a little contact card for our members in our regiment, John Gregson, who handles recruitment for our regiment. If you want to go for Newcastle directly, have a go there. As well as all that, in the description as well, there's a link to the playlist of my Charlton playlist. So if you are interested in looking at one of those behind the scenes videos or behind the display videos that I mentioned, then please go to see any other video on that playlist and have a look at their respective behind the display video. So thank you all so much again for watching. Hope you all enjoy. I shall see you all in the next one. Adios.